Ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. This is Carlos from CZ Media Podcast. I have not spoken to you guys in quite a bit. I think a year.
Yeah, at least I would think.
Yeah, it has been a long time. Lots of stuff has happened, but I need to be back. I have so many people lined up that want to record shows, and I just need to get them going. I need to show them so that they can come and be excited to come and record. I'm here with my boy Eric because he was the first one to say yes, I will be back on the comeback show.
I'm not the brightest. That's all right.
Cheers. Cheers, Eric. Well, cheers, but not to you not being the brightest. Just cheers to being back. It feels good to record. I spent an hour this afternoon setting everything up, and then I've spent an additional 45 minutes setting everything up again just now. That's how things go. Yeah. That's how things go. Yep. When you let things just sit for a long time and don't use them, you know, from everything from record players to computer, like anything, you gotta use it. So, Eric, I thought it would be a good idea to have you on because I was part of a movie you made.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
It's brilliant. Kelly Young wrote it.
Yes, he did quite well.
He did a fantastic job. It got made, and I've shown it to everybody, regardless if they wanted to see it or not.
Well, you know, it's you just say it's 3 minutes out of your life, you'll be fine.
And it's 3 minutes that you're going to be okay that you invested the 3 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not going to say, man, why did I?
Yes.
Why did I sit through 3 minutes of this?
Yeah, it had an interesting festival run.
That's what I want to know about. Because I'm going to just go ahead and tell the audience, go to the Connoisseur on Instagram and on Facebook. Yeah. And you get to see all of the goings on of the travels that this 3 minute short has been through. So catch us up on it. Because the last time you were here, we did talk vaguely.
Yeah. I don't think it would.
We didn't give away the premise.
We premiered at one of my favorite film festivals in the world, the Bone Bat Festival, where we won Best Northwest Short.
Yeah.
And then we had a fantastically encouraging run where the first 9 festivals we submitted to, we got into.
Wow.
And then in a weird, the world shows you how shit goes, literally the next 9 festivals we did not get into.
Oh, man.
So we went 9 for 9 in 18 festivals and somehow did it 50-50 right down the middle.
Huh.
Since then, we've been in a few.
But even that ratio, let's just say batting 500, is that a good, a good average?
It's good. It's a weird short. It hits some people the wrong way. I have been at several of the screenings. Most of them have been very good. Seattle Independent Film, I believe is the name of them. Let me double check on that while I talk about the one that was not so good.
Uh-oh.
We screened at Worldcon, and they didn't seem to get the short.
Oh.
And it was so weird. It was the only screening. It actually, I'm kind of watching going, what's going on? Oh. Cracking up because no one's laughing. Like there's a moment in the short where you usually hear the audience go, no, oh, no. This one, you heard them going, God, they sound like serious about this. And they did laugh. It's like, well, 1 or 2 people laughed, but it was funny. And then the one I did for the Seattle Film Society, I was right, was phenomenal. It wasn't one I submitted to. They just pick films and say, we want to show your film, but you have to be in attendance. So as a filmmaker, you have to be there.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, yeah, it's going to be at Northwest Film Forum. I've heard of these guys. It's like kind of honor because I didn't submit and you guys picked us.
This happened at Seattle Center?
This was Northwest Film Forum, so on Capitol Hill.
Oh, on Capitol. Okay, got it.
And then to further the coolness of that group, through they run the they run this festival every month for a year. It's only like 4 shorts a month, and then each one of their judges picks a favorite, and we got picked.
Holy cow!
So we screened again at the end of the year.
Do you know who the judge is?
Unfortunately, she wasn't there. She'd moved to LA, I believe. But
Okay.
I only know one of them there. So no, I didn't. It wasn't like buddy, pick me.
Yeah,
me.
it wasn't. You
I
didn't
don't
slide
know
him a
who
20.
she was. And but yeah, it was the first screening I was kind of nervous about because I looked up all this stuff. And I'm like, God, this sounds like a whole bunch of really serious films. What the hell are we gonna do?
Not horror, not sci-fi,
No,
not just like a
just Seattle Northwest
mainstream
films.
Okay.
But the audience reaction was great. The Q&A was a lot of fun because people are asking stuff like, what did you do to all the questions were asked to all the filmmakers. What did you do to help develop your characters? I'm like, do I really need to answer this 3 minutes short? They're all like, people are like, no, I think we're good. Thanks. But so that one was a lot of fun.
I'm surprised no one asked, how much wine did the writer consume before he wrote this?
Just one major visit with the wrong sommelier probably. It's like, I know what I need to do.
That's right. So, I mean, given that it's been out for a little bit, I think we should go. Can we say what the premise of the movie is? Or should we leave it as a secret to encourage people to go see it?
I think at this point we can do a little bit of both, because I think now that you can just go to YouTube and watch it.
Yeah. Can I put a link to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was I going to say? I mean, the basic premise is just that I think people, I'll say what the premise is without necessarily spoiling what happens.
Okay.
Is that a lot of wine pros are kind of up their own ass when it comes to saying what they think a wine
Sure,
tastes
a little
like.
pretentious.
Yeah, it's kind of like, do you really actually taste all that stuff? Or are you just kind of, wine's wine. Just have fun with it.
Right.
It used to be years ago, you only eat reds with meat and you only eat whites.
Oh, yeah. I do not
pretty much
abide by that at all.
Yeah, that's all gone away.
Yeah.
But there's still the high-end wine people.
Sure.
So it's fun.
It's a way to justify them spending hundreds, thousands for a bottle and a name. It's like anything else. It's like I have shoes that cost $20 to produce, but because it has a certain name on it and
name and logo,
the logo is pointed in a certain way, it's $3,000.
Yep.
It's like all industries have something like that.
Collectibles or whatever somebody's willing to pay
Exactly. Exactly. Since we are mentioning wine, I will give a shout out to my buddy Tom Strangeland from Cloud Live Cellars. I'll put a link to him too. I'm enjoying his wine tonight. I'm doing the Ascent, and he is not one of those pretentious dudes.
No, he's not.
He's
that's the guy I met, right? We went there to look at his place. Yeah.
Yep.
He's definitely not.
No, he is a regular guy that just happens to really enjoy making wine, and also is a expert wood craftsman. Yeah. Makes super high end, but like what I'm saying, like he works with tools and he has a bunch of saws.
I'm enjoying a Kroger sparkling water. It's actually all right. It kind of tastes more like what it's supposed to taste like than most of these do.
I'm addicted to those. I think I drink too many. So we did this movie, and I've sent this link to a few people for them to see it, but I don't want to send links anymore because I want to see their reaction when they watch it. Yeah, and I'll tell you that the reaction that I get is the one that we want to get, where silence at first, then you get that, and then the OMG.
Yes.
And then there's a point towards the end where it's just a little thing, but that it gets a laugh, and it's gotten it every single time. I'll have to admit that last month, we're members of a wine place just down the hill here in Renton at Drumroll Wine. We screened it. Oh. Because we had a horror movie screening.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little event, and there were about 15 people or so, and I was kind of in charge of it not completely in charge of it, but I facilitated it a bit. You know, I provided the
gear and stuff.
No, I provided the PS5 so that we can watch this certain Hollywood, this certain mainstream Halloween movie.
Right. Yep.
To not rely on internet failures. And then my buddy brought his custom made 10-foot screen. So it's just basically a sheet on a PVC frame. So it was a little, not the best, but you know, we saw the Connoisseur beforehand and it got a standing ovation.
Excellent.
And then the kicker was when I explained the process of making it, I said, to just tell you the amount of resources that we had access to to make this. I said, so often you hear artists say, this took me 3 years to do.
Right.
This took me this long to do. I said, this was a 1.5 year process, just about. Right? Am I right? Like it was a year editing.
If you include post.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about a year, almost, actually under a year.
Yeah. So I told him that. I said, we shot this in a 1.5 days. And then
we were only there one day.
Well, no, but we did exteriors another day.
Oh, well, that's just pickup shot.
Yeah. So it took more than 1 day. So I rounded up.
Okay.
But the shooting time, like it was short.
Oh, yeah.
I said, but everything that happens afterwards and then the amount of work that you did to be able to put it out there, I said, this is truly a labor. Like calling it a labor of love is weird, but I think it's just the labor of love in the sound people doing what they like to do, the camera guy doing what he likes to do, you doing what you like to do, the actors doing what they like to do and acting. And then, of course, Kelly writing it, which was what he loves to do. So it's like, it's a labor of love, not necessarily for the core material, but in being able to do what it is that you like to do.
Well, we've done shorts and we've done drama. I tell you, comedy is so much more fun to play at a festival.
Yeah.
When you got a crowd of people. I mean, scaring people's fun. But the 3 most successful shorts we've done were all under 3 minutes. Maybe one was a little over 3. And all of them were so much fun to watch with a group of people.
Yeah. So here's the next question is, do we have another one in us?
I never say I don't. I didn't think I'd be doing anything after the package, but...
Which that is brilliant, too. I should put a link to that one, too.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yep.
I think there's another one in there.
Well, there's also that we did the Shunned House, which is in there, which won a couple of awards at festivals. That one's a drama. It's about 11 or 12 minutes, something like that. That one's straight horror creepiness. And for some reason, I recently rewatched it, and I don't remember what. I'm going, better than I remember. Critics criticizing my own work is a paramount ability of mine. I am very good at that.
Well, if you step away for a bit and then come back and say, "Hey, that's pretty good," that's a good one.
That's nice. Yes.
Yeah. No, I do think that we have another one.
Sure.
I'm predicting that Kelly and I will get together to talk about what other things we can do. I was really intrigued with the concept of the 5-second short that I learned about at the Bone Bat Film Festival.
The 15-second ones?
No, 5-second.
Oh, that's right. That one guy does.
They had a whole category of 5-second shorts. Mm-hmm. And I would say that the over 50% of them just made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
So
the tough one with that, because I was a judge for that for a 15-second one for about, I don't know, like 3 years. And then the guy who's running it decided, like, I'm done. This is too much work, which I totally understand. The biggest problem with those is not repeating ideas.
Yeah.
Because the same idea shows up so frequently.
Yeah.
And But yeah, I mean, 15 seconds.
I have a folder on my phone that is 5-second shorts. And I think that what will make them good is that they'll be in cemeteries or mausoleums. And because that's what makes a lot of those that I saw good, where their location was awesome.
Yeah. Not
So
just
it's like
somebody's bedroom or
or the park, or something, like if a really interesting location is what made these good, these 5-second.
Well, content helps too, because it can be in a bedroom and be. Because I remember one by one of the guys that was his wife directed it, but he was one of the crew members for Connoisseur, and it was in a bedroom, but it was fucking great.
Was it the Freddy one?
No, but I think that was it too. But no, this was one of the super shorts.
Yeah.
But just bloody carnage.
We should talk about that. How can we do something in a cemetery or a mausoleum, and then do a 5-second?
Yeah.
And we'll share ideas. We'll probably need definitely wine inspired to go there. No, I'm super excited about how well the Connoisseur did. So definitely go and follow it. So you said that the first 9 we were picked up, then we hit a bit of a dry patch.
Oh yeah.
Where were those film festivals? Like, was it just a different, like, East Coast versus the South?
No, it's weird. It's hard. I also run a film festival for like over 15 years now, and there have been plenty of shorts that were good, but there's maybe something that's just a little better. The weirdest shit can stop you. Like, maybe somebody didn't want anything. There's a brief moment of nudity in ours. So you have to log in and be over 18 to watch it, or to log in over 18, whatever. And maybe somebody didn't want any of that in their festival, or
that doesn't even count.
No, not really. But you never know, because you don't know why, or there may be shorts are getting longer and longer. There's 20, 30, 40-minute shorts. I'm like, maybe either trim down, but that can get in trouble. Obviously that wasn't a problem we had, but that can get a short in trouble is if you're too long, because the festival can go, I can show these 3 shorts, or I can show this 1 short.
Yeah.
Which one is going to have more punch for my audience?
Right.
Or last year we specialized in whatever your short is about. This year we're not showing any shorts with that concept. So we're not, there's all kinds of reasons something may not make it into the festival. So you never know. If you put a movie out in film festivals, never get insulted if you don't get a short, because you don't know why.
Right.
I mean, maybe if you don't get in any, that'd be rough, but still, I mean, you made a shitty short.
Yeah.
You just, maybe you sent to the wrong festivals. If you sent to Telluride and Sundance, and even here in Seattle, SIFF, and a few of those, your odds are not good. Plus, you spent a lot of money. So yeah, if you just want to have a fun time showing shorts, find really fun, interesting, energetic, unique ones, and go to them. Like Bone Bat I mentioned before. It's just an amazing
I'm excited for
festival.
Bone Bat.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for Bone Bat, and also shout out to Bone Bat. They have a Kickstarter now.
Oh yeah,
they have a Kickstarter, so I'll put a link to them.
It's ending pretty soon, so hopefully it gets finished.
Oh, is it?
I don't know the exact time frame.
Well,
so
I'll put it in there. Hopefully, hopefully I will post this soon, and then we'll put it there, because they have a lot of cool reward tiers on their.
I always get their enormous package.
Yeah, I should do that. And where will it? Oh, they haven't decided where.
I think it's going to be at the other SIFF cinema, the Uptown.
Okay, in Queen Anne. Yeah, because it's been 2 years now, right? Where it was at the Egyptian.
It was at the Egyptian for a couple of years, and last year was at the Cinerama, because the Egyptian got
That's
flooded
sad.
and, yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's
maybe
why?
done. Yeah.
So it got flooded, and then they're just not gonna.
I don't know if they got the money to fix it. There's all
That's
kinds of
super
weird stuff
whack.
going on right now.
I love that place.
Oh, yeah, Egyptian's a great theater.
That is super whack. You know what? If I were, so the Powerball was like 800 mil.
There you go.
Not that long ago. If I did win it, I wouldn't tell anyone, but I think that a lot of things would have my name on them, like the Egyptian.
Carlos Egyptian. Yeah,
The CZ Media Egyptian theater.
We were lucky in Seattle because we had one of the few billionaires who seemed to just want to have fun with his money with Paul Allen.
Yeah, Paul,
I'm going to create this giant weird museum for music because I love music and I want to show off my giant collection of music and sci-fi and horror.
Yeah.
And sure, I'll buy a football team and pay the coaches more than anybody else and all
and
this
a
stuff.
Basketball team and the soccer team too, wasn't he?
I think he was involved with the Sounders, but I don't know what.
Yeah, and he did a bunch of others. Like, didn't he do the Living Computer Museum and I think the Pinball Museum?
Something like that. Yeah, his mom had like Alzheimer's or something, so we've got one of the top research facilities for that here because he's like, fix this.
Yeah, he has a big old building in South Lake Union.
That sucked when he passed because he's what? Sorry, guys. All you fucking billionaires out there, start putting your names on cool shit.
I mean,
come on.
I mean, it's cool that you're sending stuff into outer space, but you sending celebrities to outer space? No, thank you.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
That's like, I do not care at all about any of these people.
So strange.
That are being. It wasn't even in space. I mean, no.
Technically, sort of space.
I mean, I'm sounding a little bit like a hater, but.
Well, in that particular, if you don't want to hate the whole game, you can definitely hate some of the plays.
But it's like, I mean, you like more than the whatever part of the stratosphere they went to would have been better. But yeah, do some more cool stuff. So with the Connoisseur, like, are you going to continue to look for film festivals to put it in?
Probably not.
No.
If there's somebody wants to put it, there's a lot of festivals, less than it used to be, but a lot of festivals, once you're online, they're kind of like, no, we're good. Thanks. Anybody can go see your 3-minute short on YouTube. Yeah.
I understand that. Okay. So definitely we need to schedule a time to chat because there's another one in there that I know that we can do. Although I will say the next one that we do, I reckon would be cool if it were like the budget, even if it was volunteered, like way down. Like
that's how budgets usually work.
When like you're almost making indie. No budget.
Yeah, that's
like something that we don't need, a red camera for. That right there, like that camera right there, that's doing it can do it. Because that's where all my ideas are.
Now too.
Oh yeah, it's something super simple, but again, my brain is just thinking of these 5 second. Like, I don't think a 5-second short needs $100,000 camera. Well, at least not for the ideas that I have. Not for the ideas that I have.
8mm sitting around someplace.
Yeah. So what other things creatively are you up to this past year or so?
We've got the Crypticon Seattle Film Festivals started, getting submissions, taking submissions, and getting that up and rolling. And
so judges are judging already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I haven't talked a lot about it. I usually hold off until like January, just let people relax through the winter and stuff. But I've got some plans. I haven't put any in action yet, but I may be doing some strange, interesting stuff this year. But I'm not going to talk about them yet just because I don't know if they're going to fly. So I want to work them all out first.
Strange and interesting.
Like I was saying, I've been doing the festival for more than 15 years. And brought on some new people to help me do it. So it's almost always been very few people working on it. I had some great assistants at the shows and some help behind the scenes, but I wanted to bring in like an artistic director, and Bob's going to be helping with that, and a few other people, and making that all work. So that's been a large portion of it. Plus, no film work or anything like that necessarily, but it's always something seems to be working in the back of the brain.
Well, that's
when
cool.
it comes to making movies.
Well, I'm interesting. What did you say? You were interestingly weird things?
Yes.
Well, you're being coy, so I won't dig any deeper in it. But I'm intrigued. Yeah. I am super intrigued. Even though we haven't spoken in a podcast for a year, I think you're only like 3 or 4 shows back.
Right.
So like, it's not that all. It's so impressive of how fast a time just goes. I mean, it's so cliche, time flies, but I did my own little marketing consulting business for a few years. Yeah. And then I just decided that I didn't want to deal with any business owners. What? If you're an entrepreneur, I love you. It takes a lot of guts. You're putting a lot of risk, but they are not good collaborators, and they are not good delegators. And more often than not, they are too close to what they are doing to be able to step back and see the bigger picture. Yeah. And I got weary of that.
Yes, I understand.
And I just felt that I wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. It's like I wanted to do cool stuff, and I wasn't working with anyone that had the vision to be able to do it. And it just seemed like every single little, and I get it, every single little thing that I did, they felt needed this huge ROI. And then me trying to explain, like, this is not what this, you have to have a base first. You have to have a foundation. We're not doing any huge campaigns.
Sure. You got $100,000 laying around. Right. You can invest in a giant campaign.
It's like things cost money. All we're doing here is just, building a foundation to be able to build on it later with targeted things. And I mean, if you're an older person and you haven't been exposed to how social media works and how, click through rates and all of these other things come through, like I get it, but I just got tired of it. And then it's like, I'm out. I gotta leave. So I very cordially and amicably left. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to need to make some money. Unfortunately, I didn't win that $800 million Powerball, and my parents didn't leave me millions.
Sure, yeah.
I blame it on them. They should have left me.
Having rich parents definitely,
I know, right?
Makes a big old leg up in this world.
They should have learned about generational wealth back in the 70s.
That's right.
I would have had an easier go of it. So I decided my first thought was to go back into tech, into selling software, because I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to. So, given the job market, it was a little tough.
Yeah, just a little.
And I had been out of the traditional, I guess you can say, job market for a bit. So I had my resume got extremely creative. I started working at a funeral home and cemetery. And
sure.
And when I applied and I got hired, it wasn't easy to start because to do the work of to do that type of work, you need to have an insurance producer license and then be licensed by the state. Because a lot of the things that happen when you sell for future funeral services, it's done through life insurance. Right. So you have to have an insurance producer license to be able to sell insurance.
Sure.
So I had to invest a lot of time to study for that test. And I don't think I've ever studied so hard for anything in my life. I had to study for that test, but luckily I took the test and I got like a 91% or something. So I did really well.
Yeah.
So although I forgot everything now. And then I went to go work for one of the oldest cemetery funeral homes in the Puget Sound. And it was really interesting. So it's like me being a horror fan. At first I thought, is this weird? Is it weird that I'm a horror fan and that I'm drawn, not necessarily, I wouldn't say drawn to, but that I feel comfortable in this type of environment? And then I started meeting all of my coworkers, and let's just say that it is a common thread amongst most funeral directors or support staff or anyone, that there's a little bit of
the macabre,
a little
bit,
bit,
of the darkness,
a little bit of a little goth, a little punk, a little. So my parents passed away 5 years ago, in that horrible time that I wish had never happened. And they had prepaid for all of their funeral stuff, couple like 3 years before.
Jeez.
But they didn't tell me about it.
Oh shit. Oh jeez.
I'm an only kid. They had done their pre-planning, but they didn't tell me. So when my mom passed away first. So when my mom passed away, I remember I got back home, and then there were quite a few of my mom's friends and some family, as people do. Like Mexicans, they congregate. Like as soon as anything happens, they'll go to your house. Okay. So one of my mom's friends said, "Oh, your mom spoke to this funeral home in Plano, Illinois, in Plano, this little town. You should call them and see if she had done anything." So I called them the next day, and then they had done all of their planning. So then I kind of chuckled a little bit, because I'm like, you know what? It's like, it's funny that they did it and they didn't tell me about it.
Yeah.
So as I was thinking, it's like, do I want to work in a funeral home? I was thinking about this old guy who was at this funeral home. I'm thinking I could do that. It's like, he was very nice, and it's like, how cool is it to be able to, not cool, but satisfying is it to work with a family that has just lost someone, but then be able to give them a tad bit of peace of mind.
Yeah.
To be able to get them to relax, to take a breath, and then know that you're going to help them the best way that you can.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what, I think this is a worthwhile thing for me to do. So that's sort of the gas that is doing this. And I told one of my, actually, half of my friends said that's weird that you go to a funeral home every day.
Well,
And then I only had one buddy who said, he looked at me, and then he goes, you know what? He goes, I've known you for 3 years now, and your temperament and personality, I think, would be great at that. And then, he wasn't a mega good buddy. So that little kudos that he gave me, that made me feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
But then I'm just thinking, man, how many short movies can I make in this cemetery and funeral home? We should be able to make some. So it's just like, so many things have happened throughout this year. And then I stopped podcasting, and I'm getting it started again, but still wanting, because I still do the same thing. I still go to cemeteries every day, and because I try to get people to pre-plan, aka buy their stuff beforehand. So I think it's a good way to mix talking and then just giving some useful information.
Yep.
But man, like the last time that you saw me, my hair was down about 12 inches long. I wear suits now. I cut my hair. I have to comb my hair like a normal person.
You can't just tie it back. Yeah.
I can't just tie it back. I guess I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, but if you're tying it back and it's like this long in the end, that just looks weird.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
mean, it could,
no.
I could let it grow all the way. But man, yeah, just time just goes by so quick.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Part of the reason I didn't do much this year is my wife's mother passed away last year, and we moved in with her father-in-law to keep him company
Yeah.
and help out. He is very capable.
Yeah.
Dude's in his 80s, or like you said, every call I ever hear him, well, I'm 84, I think, and this, but thank God, still very, very smart, still very together, and very active.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
No, there's 80 is not even old. Like if you're, I should say if, I should say that I don't even want to say if you've taken care of yourself. Like if there's certain things that happen as you get older, that's just the way it is.
Yep.
But there are a lot of people who are 80 and you'll never know.
Yep. Yep.
You'll never know. They're right there. They answer super quick.
Yeah.
They're in the conversation. They'll ask good questions, and they'll and that's really like that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, given that not that long ago life expectancy was, well, even like in the 50s, wasn't life expectancy like 65 or
Probably not sure. Yeah.
well, I know that for sure in the 30s and 40s life expectancy was in the 60s. That's why Social Security is the way it is, because 62 you're supposed to be done at 65. But I think it's a good thing where there are a lot of people now that their quality of life is the way that they can still have a full life into their 80s. My mother-in-law is in her 80s and she still lives alone, and there's a hiccup here or there, but that's normal, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something. And all we're trying to do is just make a few people laugh. We're trying to make a movie to make someone laugh. We're trying to come up with some other things to cause a reaction.
Yeah.
Or if I had been in that audience where they weren't laughing, it was still a reaction, right? Isn't that what everyone says?
Fascinating.
It's like you still
really
got one.
Yes.
And even though it wasn't the one that you were expecting, like the other, I guess it would have been bad if they had been yawning.
Right. Oh yeah. No, there was reaction.
Or like halfway through your 3-minute film, someone gets up and
Yep.
leaves, goes to the bathroom, comes back with popcorn when it's over. No, that is awesome. I dig it. That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think? And this is a segue.
A little less smooth when you say it.
I know.
But hey, it's still there.
What do you, and now that, I mean, you spoke about the Crypticon Film Festival.
Yeah.
What are the rules for that? Are you specifically saying, like you mentioned that certain topics, who they could be whatever, like certain themes, okay, we're trying to avoid those. We're going more for this. Are there any other rules or regulations where, I mean, the biggest one right now would be the use of AI.
Right. I mean, I would say we have a few in that Crypticon Seattle is a little weirder because we're a convention. So anybody of any age can walk in or out. I had a festival years ago that was in a theater. I'll let you know how far I went with what I thought was playable. I played a Serbian film.
Oh.
So content, whatever, I don't care. But for this one, for Crypticon Seattle, the content you can't have heavy, like porn level stuff. I've had things that you could call porn submitted to the festival before. I'm not showing that.
Yeah.
I haven't had any violence problems, but I also, nothing. I mean, most of this crowd has seen Terrifier by now and stuff. So as far as extreme violence, That's not a hard problem.
It's so funny that you're saying Terrifier was not. It's like, it's fine. It's. Here's another segue. I did not like the 2 or 3 at all. 1 was magnificent, but as soon as I saw kids in 2, I'm like, I'm out.
Oh yeah, it is what it is.
There's another one coming, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah.
Number 2 made a fortune.
Yeah.
Number 3 did all right, but number 2, damn.
Yeah.
And well, as far as AI, right now I've got in the rules we don't want AI. Krypton Seattle is full of artists. There's artist rooms. There's a big thing going through the convention world of vendors and stuff right now, where a lot of conventions, if they find out one of the vendors is selling AI art, they've been removed. They've been kicked out of several conventions.
Huh. Why?
Because when there's ways AI can do things that whatever, cool. But I had a friend of mine tell me an artist that he'd hired told him, some guy sent him an email, said, I fed all your art into my AI and now I can draw just like you. I'm like, bullshit, you can. You know, what you're doing is you just completely stole this guy's stuff. If you sat down, photographed, and copied his stuff and you sold it, you couldn't do that. It's too murky. In the end, I think it's just going to be a losing battle. But if we can keep real artists who have done the work and made the effort, and I was reading this thing today, and this is, I think, kind of the future. I can't remember what company it was. I know Coke's done some AI commercials, somebody else. But anyways, the comment by the AI people was, we spent days and weeks coming up with the perfect prompts. We created this. I was like, I guess in a way, but no, not really. Because
it's still coming from something that already exists.
Yeah, those words you used for the internet to scour and find the images to create was done by someone else. So I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say the festival, but I'm pretty sure this year I saw an AI short at a festival, partially because the guy's t-shirt was a Nirvana shirt, but it said Nerva.
Or had 6 fingers.
And there's certain shots that are done in AI that are very obvious. They're a whole large portion, they're getting harder and harder to see, and that's just the way it's going to be. But you're like face on. There's a lot of face on shots in a lot of them. And this had that. I'm going, man, this really looks like AI. And you could feel the audience react to where there's having a lot of fun, but there's just this subdued reaction to that one.
Yeah.
As most of the crowd's going, something's wrong with this short.
Right.
So that's when I decided to put, I don't have like blaring across the thing or anything like that, but in our rules and regulations, I just that.
I guess if you were going to make something completely out of AI, I get it, but I'm okay with embellishments with it, because just like anything, it's a tool.
Yeah.
And I completely get it. Some people are going to hate it, and other people are going to say, you know what, I'm a good illustrator. Let's just say that I'm a good illustrator, but I'm not a good writer, and I want to write a book.
Right.
So I'm going to draw this half ant, half butterfly character, and I'm just going to use perplexity to say, okay, I have this sci-fi world where there's a half ant, half butterfly, and his name is Bob, and we're following him through adventures, and then you use that to be able to push what you want to do, which is your illustrations. Like I kind of see it. I kind of see that that's okay.
I don't know. Not yet. Not yet. It might be in a few years, but there's just so much legal capacity, legal problems. There's a lot of people. There's a couple cases recently where a couple writers won against AI writers.
Yeah.
For stealing their stuff.
Do you use it at all?
I mean, technically, we all use AI,
Right,
because
'cause it's
spell checks AI.
It's embedded in every browser now.
Yeah, spell checks
practically.
AI. You search on Google, you get those AI results. Even if you turn that off,
Right.
you still kind of
You
get
still
the
it still
shit.
gives it to you.
And I've used some, like if I've written something and I want to post it, I've used it to proofread all that
Yeah.
stuff. You do that, it sometimes still shows up as AI, even if you haven't done anything. But and there's DaVinci has some AI options.
Oh.
Some are good. One is really good. One is really bad. There's one that goes through and see, this is not an AI that's stealing anything. What this is doing is it goes through your audio, and let's say you've got 5 people talking, and it goes through and picks the audio and goes, okay, here's one person talking, here's the other person's talking, here's the other person, and it
Right.
creates individual
Tracks. I guess
tracks
you
for
could
each
say.
one of the vocals,
Right.
which is great because you have to do that to
Right.
properly sound work film. But wow, it's a pain in the ass to do by hand. I've done it many times and it sucks.
Well, isn't that what they did for the Beatles?
Oh,
The-
the first use of
Peter
track
Jackson.
mapping. Oh, with the
So when Peter Jackson made his, I don't know, 6-hour Beatle
Yeah.
documentary, I think that's what he did, is that they had a bunch of footage. He put it all in this thing, and then he separated everyone's track.
yeah, that's
So
what you
when
have to do.
when they're just practicing in Abbey Road,
Mm-hmm.
he separated so that it can all be leveled out, and that's why it sounds so good. That's why
he
it also
probably
looks
went to the
weird.
original masters though and pulled brought out the old 2-inch, 2¼ inch tape
Yeah.
and pulled off the audio tracks. So he probably got the original and
Yeah.
worked with that. But that's useful. And then I tried, it's got a auto version of, it's not auto tune, but it's got a auto fix problems. And I ran that and it just fucked everything up. I'm like, this is not good. So dividing it, great. Trying to pretend you can just cut off the middleman and let it do all
Right.
your audio work. It's not good enough. And it may be someday, but it's a long ways from being good enough. It's the same problem with auto tune. And this is also going to be age related. I'm sure if I was 25, auto tune wouldn't sound weird to me, but auto tune sounds weird as hell to me. I have
Oh yeah,
a real hard time with it in most things, and you can hear it.
it doesn't. Well, it's not natural.
Yeah. Yep.
It sounds abnormal,
Yeah.
other than Little John.
it still sounds weird there too.
Well, no, I mean I use it. I use it for a couple things. One thing, which you experienced when you got here, in my mic, I was experiencing a little tiny.
Oh.
I call it a squiggle, where the audio just wiggled a little bit.
Yeah.
And if I pick that up when I'm doing my post, I'm going to put it through the Adobe, because Adobe has an AI for podcasting.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it through there. And then it has a little slider, like how much you want it to be corrected. And 60 and above is rarely good.
Yeah.
The best one,
I would think so.
the best use of it is 20 to 25%, just a tiny little bit. But I'm hoping that I corrected everything so that I don't have to do that. But but it's a big help for that. I use it to plan my day. There's things that I want to do to make habits. One of them is practice the piano. I started taking piano lessons not that long ago. That, and then sauna, and then workout. So I said, Perplexity, please give me a schedule of what my day could look like, because I want to get these things in. Like, it's a nice little assistant.
Yeah,
to use.
there are AI apps that are like Monday, I think one of them's called, or some shit like that. Well, they'll design your week. It's like, well, take a look at this, and I'm like, no, this is not setting up for the way I work. So I still just use good old reminders, notes, calendar.
Yeah.
But
I can see, although I dig it. I think it's going to be super interesting. Yeah, but I do understand that it is not cool to say I am going to start selling my art in the style of whoever.
Yeah.
That like I don't even know why someone would want to do that.
Well,
I don't get it.
yeah. Low cost money making, no time.
First of all, why would you want to promote yourself as someone who copies the style of someone else? And then second, why would you want to buy something in the style from someone who does it in the style of someone else?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Although I will say that I do have an AI art page, and I just make ridiculous things. It's like I made one of my favorite ones is it's a Mexican Batman who's a little pudgy like me. And he's at a Mexican restaurant eating. And then I wrote a story that said, a Batman loved going into this neighborhood too much and couldn't stop eating the tacos. And then now he's gained a lot of weight. But he's in this restaurant, and it's cartoony. It isn't anything real, and I don't try to pass it off as anything real. Well, but that's kind of funny, I think.
I think the AI slop, I think is what it's being called, where people are just posting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of posts a day of just AI-created stuff. Just to get clicks
videos, there's so much
stuff
now. It's like sometimes my wife will say, "Oh, look at this video," and I'm like, "My love, that's not real." Yeah. It's like, "Oh, but one of them was the one that got her bad was it was a cat and a goat in a front door because what they're doing is they're taking like security footage or footage that looks like the door, like the ring on your doorbell, because that's not great quality to begin with. So it's easy to manipulate.
Right.
And then an eagle came and then took one of them, took either the cat or the goat. But it's like, honey, that's not real. Like, why would a cat and a goat be in front of this like this suburban neighborhood? It's
hanging out.
And why would the eagle be there? It's like that's not real.
Yeah, I think a part of the problem is just that everybody's just using it. I mean, living here in Seattle area where it's tech central, one of the big tech hubs of the world. Microsoft laid off 4,000 people recently, and Amazon did over 10,000 people.
Right.
And I'm just guessing AI has something to do with that. So that it's
no, absolutely
changing things very, very quickly. And that's the problem because we're act first, think later so deeply as a society.
Yeah.
That hold on just a second. Usually it takes a long time to change. Like the Industrial Revolution didn't happen in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Like AI is happening. I mean, Jesus, it's 3 years old at this time, if that, 2.5, 3 years. And but it's frankly run by a lot of people who don't give a shit. They just want, how far can I take it? Like, this is my robot. We're selling it for $20,000. It empties the dishwasher. Well, it really doesn't do that very well. Maybe you should give yourself another 6 to 10 months of development before you but it's so close to ready. Yeah, make it ready. But if I'm not first, then somebody else will be before me. And it's a weird world we're living in right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this, even though I know that it's a tad bit of a polarizing thing. But I was listening to Rogan the other day, and he had Jensen on, the CEO of NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Just holy moly. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, one, thinking of NVIDIA makes me angry because I wanted to buy NVIDIA 10 plus years ago.
Oh, shit. Pour yourself some vodka there.
And let's just say that my bank account,
Said, no, not now.
but I also wanted to do Apple 15, 20 years ago. So Jensen was on Joe, and then Joe just flat out asked him, like, where do you think all this is going to go? And then he gave the safest answer, I think, just because he has to, where he just says it's not going to be a single event. It's just going to be a gradual, things are going to get better. But
Gradual, though.
yeah, but then gradual for his perspective is I need less people.
Yeah.
And more businesses are going to need less people. And I was just thinking, holy moly, that's something to like.
One thing that you're never going to hear repeated very often when it comes to AI stuff. I was reading an article on South Korea did a bunch of tests on what jobs AI could replace the easiest and fastest.
Yeah.
CEO was number one on all the tests.
Yeah.
Because all a CEO does is make decisions. They don't really do anything. They just make decisions and know people. If all the CEOs were AI, they'd all know each other and they'd all be making decisions. So, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to replace the person making 600 times more than the people down below. So they're going to go with wherever you can fit some folks in.
But I think that's just human nature of how systems are constructed.
Right.
Like, I get it. What I think is a little bit funny, interesting about this whole thing is that me being a machinist for 10 years, I am now the valuable person because AI is not going to be able, unless until
the
Skynet
robot actually,
until Skynet is full on and can do automated factories that did everything. But because I know the intricacies of machining or fabricating, like how to make new parts, how to use new tools, how to make tools, until Skynet has this factory that can do all of that stuff, you're still going to need a dude who's been welding for 30 years doing it.
Yep.
And
plumbers, electricians,
exactly,
all that kind
exactly.
of stuff.
So then what makes me chuckle, okay, I'm saying chuckle
Ironically.
yeah, because it's like, what was it, like 10 years ago, everyone was saying learn how to code.
Right. Yeah.
It's like everyone was telling people learn how to code. Like, no. And it's like, I knew that was dumb that long ago, because I was already using a piece of software where if I needed to change a color, like it's something super simple, like a CSS code.
Right.
I could just say, I want to change this color red. And then he would give me the CSS code to do it. And then I would say, that is completely ridiculous. It's like, I can already code and I don't know how to code. Like, why would you want to dig even deeper into this? But I need to replace the roof on this house. And I don't know how to do that.
Type it into ChatGPT. Go fit there and fix my roof.
And it's like, get scaffolding, secure yourself to the top. It's like all of these things, and it's like there's money in there. It's like these welders are making.
Oh yeah,
they're 6 figures easy. I have a buddy who's a Finnish carpenter, so not a framer, but the Finnish carpenter makes really good money. He's part of a union, and it's like he's not getting replaced anytime soon. So yeah, that is. I don't know. There's a whole lot
there's also a possibility of a crash in like what happened in the 90s where everybody build your website. Well, websites actually don't generate money. You got to do some shit with your websites.
Sure.
And then once everybody realized that, the crash happened. Well, AI itself doesn't necessarily generate cash.
No.
It can help you generate cash, but it's currently being fed so much money that at some point the people that are feeding it all this money are going to go, what am I getting back? And that could be some kind of a crash for AI. Not that it would kill it, but slow it down, because it didn't kill the internet. That's for damn sure.
If that, no, I agree. But just thinking about that, why are they all free right now? It's like Perplexity is free, ChatGPT is free, Copilot is free.
Well, a lot of them also you can pay to get more.
I've asked
like
Perplexity and ChatGPT if I should upgrade, and they tell me no.
Yeah. You don't use us enough. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So it's like, I found that really interesting. And ChatGPT was a little bit more forthright, where I might have named my ChatGPT guy.
Well, then you need to start paying.
Yeah. Tony, I named him Tony. I said, Tony, should I upgrade? And then he goes, no. He goes, looking back on all of the conversations that we've had, the free version is just enough for you. Yeah. And then basically all I do is ask, like, when should I post something, tweak my email, give me a good caption. Sure. What should this picture be? Like super stuff like that, where here's the thing though, it's like all of this I could figure out by myself, but it'll just take
a little longer.
It'll take longer. So I'm just a time saver, not necessarily like, oh, I've never thought of that before. It'll just take me a bit to get there.
Yeah. There's also the problem too, is that the natural inclination for some people to just accept that whatever this is telling me must be accurate and true.
Yeah. No, you got to check it.
Yeah. It
Tony lies
frequently
sometimes.
Wrong.
Oh yeah.
Frequently. And saying with great authority how correct they are when they're like, no, that is not right.
Sometimes I've told Tony to help me with a response to something, and then I'll say, please tell this person this. And then it comes up with this whole story. And I'm like, where did you get this? It's like, I'm not going to say that. Take that out. Like, don't be dumb, Tony.
Yeah.
It appreciates it, though, when I call it dumb.
It's a fight that I respect artists for making. I don't know what the end goal is going to end up being. Yeah. And you've got Michael Caine and a few other people have already sold the rights to their voices to be used. I mean, I guess at least as long as you're able to sell it and somebody isn't just...
You know what's dumb, though, is you don't even need the rights to do that. You can... Oh, I mean, I could do that right this very second.
See, that's stealing. That's the point where if you not give the artist... If you're going...
I could just do it.
If you start it, you know how James Earl Jones was like, this is CNN. Yeah. And you said, this is Carlos in his voice, but you didn't pay for it. That is copyright infringement.
I would tweak the...
If it's recognizable as being...
A little bit.
Yeah, but if it's recognizable as being him, that's... You don't get a Vanilla Ice, this thing. Dun, 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 dun. And mine's dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's why they just pay people now when they sample their music. If you're a big artist, I need
to have Kelly in here, and this is an invitation to Kelly, because the last time that he and I spoke on the show, I said, why do actors get residuals anyway?
Because they're still making money off of them.
It's like, but I don't understand that structure. I don't understand that concept. So the example that I gave was when I was machining, I made hydraulic cylinders for earth moving equipment, right? Caterpillar, whatever. So someone, let's just say the city of Seattle, bought a piece of equipment that I machined the hydraulic cylinders for. They bought it. Let's say they used it for 5 years. They depreciated, and it's like, all right, we got to get rid of this. So then another company bought it. I'm not getting paid again for having made that cylinder.
No, because you did a job that is finite.
Yeah.
And it also, like you said, depreciates. It's losing its value.
Yeah.
The Friends is still selling millions of dollars of advertising around the world.
Yeah.
And being shown hundreds of times, God knows how many channels and streaming services and all this shit. And So they're still generating, and that doesn't depreciate. That's still whatever the value is. Nobody's watching the Friends spin-off show. That's not generating
Hey,
any
Joey.
money. Yeah, that's not generating
Is that
money.
what
He's
it's
not
called? Hey,
getting any
Joey?
residuals for that because it's not generating any money.
Yeah.
And you're hired, when you're using equipment, it's hired for a specific job. Once that job's done, that's the deal.
But that's what
It's
actors
done.
are.
No, they're hired knowing residuals are part of the deal.
But that was the crux of the conversation that I had with Kelly. It's like, why? Who agreed to this? Which is what I think what I told him. It's like, who agreed in the studios to pay these people after they were done
Because they
in
knew
perpetuity?
because they knew they're still going to make enough money off of them to be worth it.
Yeah, that's like I do not comprehend why they agreed to this. I would have never agreed to this.
Then you wouldn't have had any actors work for you.
No, so we're talking way before. So he brought up that if I'm
Are you talking about the studio system, like the 20s, 30s, 40s?
so
like
he
that?
said that Bob Siegel was the catalyst to paying royalties, where he wanted royalties for Superman or something like that. I don't remember the details, but basically it had to do with Superman and then the original dude
Artist.
who made Superman, and that he sued because whoever took his Superman and made money, and he's like, hey, I should make money because I made it. And then they agreed with him. And then that's what started this whole chain of, if you make something, you're going to get paid for it in perpetuity. If it
Probably
gets
a little
paid.
older than the 70s, but I'm sure that is a
No,
landmark
Siegel is
decision.
in the Superman is like.
Oh, you're talking about you're not talking about the
No, I'm talking about the comic.
right, but he sued who? The makers of the
Oh, I
You're
need
not
to
talking
go
about
back
the
and
Christopher
listen.
Reeve movie, obviously. You're
No.
talking about
I'm talking about
like the
Bob
serials and Superman
Siegel,
series and stuff
He
like
invented Superman, didn't he?
I forgot who there's two of them.
But like back in the 30s.
Yeah, 30s, 40s.
Yeah. So I'm talking about almost 100 years ago.
Okay, you're talking about suing DC.
Like, so that's what I said. It's like, when did this start? Like that, I believe that's what the question that I asked them. It's like, when did this start where you can hire someone to do something and then continue to pay them along the chain? Because to me, that is insane. It's like,
Not really. No, it's only insane if you only think CEOs matter. If the only person you care about in the company is the person who's making all the decisions or whatever, I think the people who create the thing matter too. I think the writers matter, the directors matter, the actors matter.
So there's so many holes that I can poke in that argument. This house was built 100 years ago.
See, that's not a good comparison though. This is a finite, solid thing. This right here, if somebody copyrighted this table and recreated it, they might have to sell the original artist. I don't know. But if you just take this table and move it to somebody else, you sell it at a garage sale for $50. This is a finite item that's done. Nothing's going to change. You can't make, if you were to turn this into an action hero and make a movie out of it, and then somebody in Florida wants to make a movie out of it, they're taking your idea and they've got to compensate you for that. If they're taking your table, the original maker's long gone. It's just like Van Gogh, most expensive art ever sold, isn't going to get, his family isn't getting money from that because it's not a new creation. It's just that. It's not a new medium. It's not a new presentation. It's not a new way to present it.
Okay, so Friends, the production of Friends doesn't change whether it's being played on NBC or TV Land.
But the creation of money is still going. And if you just put up a blank screen and said Friends, you're not making any money off of it.
No,
you're making
you're not
money
getting me on
because
this
of the
one.
people. You guys, no, because you're trying to compare a solid created item to creativity. Creativity grows and mutates and changes.
Hold on.
And is introduced to new audiences.
All right, I got another one for you. Who's the architects? What's his name? The dude who made houses.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright. So he's the architect.
Right.
He has a bunch of houses.
You're talking about finite items.
But you're talking about creativity.
But you're talking about finite items. You can't take Frank Lloyd's Wright. If you took that building and built it exactly the same someplace else and tried to pass it off as your building, you're going to get sued and lose because that art creation is Frank Lloyd Wright's.
Okay.
So you can't just make it up someplace else and copy it exactly.
I'm tracking.
So, if you pick it up and move for some psychotic reason, move it from wherever it is to wherever you want it to be, you're not going to pay Frank Lloyd Wright more for that because that thing's done. It was paid as a job to be completed.
But this is what I'm saying is that's how TV movie production should have been.
No, that's not how it should have been because then the only people who make money in that case are the assholes who put money in for it, who had no
people who own it,
who had no creativity.
But they paid for it.
Hold on, had no creativity, had no input whatsoever into the creation of something. I realize they think they're the most important people.
Yeah.
But they're not. If you're watch what's going to happen with AI, you're going to start seeing the shit that because some dickhead who got out of business school thought, I can do my own prompt. I don't need to hire no damn actors. Is going to put some shit out and it's going to suck and it's going to make money.
I love that the best part of our podcast is an hour and 10 in. And your point is not resonating with me at all.
Which I don't understand because, well, I don't know. It depends. If somebody came, partially, I don't give a shit because I don't make any money off of the movies I've made. But if I've spent, the average director spends a year making a movie, at least. And some studio head is going to be fired in 5 years or 5 weeks, 5 months maybe, thinks he owns the movie that the director, that writer, that actors created. Fuck him. He doesn't. He has rights to it, which can be sold, but he is not the rightful creator of those items. It's not like paying to have somebody build something. It's not the same world. It's art. So if you're trying to make it into a craft, like hammering something, it's not that.
I kind of want to call you an elitist right now, but that might be rude.
It's not. That's not. The elitist is the guy who thinks just because he gave you lots of money,
he's
the only important part of the process. I gave you the money. Nothing you does matters.
I think the elitist part comes into not acknowledging the art, the creativity and artistry of making other things.
No, that you get paid for that though. You agree on a pay and you take the money for it, and that's done.
But this is my point.
If you want to try to convince somebody to pay you every time they sell the table you made, you can give it a try.
Right.
Odds aren't you're going to get it because your value as a table creator is done.
Right. But this is my point though, is that because this is, and I need to go back and listen to that. And then Kelly, you need to come back, or we can have the three of us here. I think we can do this. That was my whole point, is like, I would have, from the first person who said that, from the first person who argued your perspective, I would have said, absolutely not.
See, here's what you're missing. The person who put up the money that puts that television show on, the 6 people and friends are probably getting 5% each, 10% each. If they're as big as that show is, they might get, they can't get 20% each because that's more than 100. So they're getting a very small percentage. Guess who gets the rest? The person who owns the rights to sell it.
I don't even care about that.
So your argument is this has no value. The only thing that has value is the person who put the money in to make it. The other stuff has no value anymore.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Yeah. I am the same thing you are saying about my view, where this is a finite thing and I paid you to do this. That is pretty much the exact same thing I am saying to you.
But that's not what it is. You're pretending the
you're
actors and the writers don't contribute something.
But you're saying that
resellable,
because of
reusable.
I understand.
Only because of who they are.
No, but you're saying that because we already have this 100-year history of treating it that way. What I am saying is that go back 100 years to the first wanker actor who said, or whoever, who says, if you sell this, you have to pay me. I as the person who owns whatever it was, the studio hood.
That's why the studio system collapsed.
Absolutely.
Because that's not a sustainable system
because
with artists.
Of the lawsuits.
Because the law recognized, you're right, this person, if Cary Grant wasn't in this movie, nobody gives a shit about it now. Nobody cares that MGM made a movie. They care that Cary Grant is in that movie.
But if Cary Grant is my
that's
employee,
what's sellable. The dickhead who put the money up isn't sellable. Cary Grant is sellable. That's the difference.
I would reckon that there are so many examples of people going to certain businesses just because an employee is there.
Sure.
And even though it is not Cary Grant level, it is those employees, your favorite barista. This is going to sound kind of dumb, but I got a whole ton of 5-star reviews when I was helping people in my funeral job. And
because of that, you got more people to come in to see you.
Yeah.
And you made money because you were a good person.
Well,
or good at your job.
No, the company made money.
Oh, so you weren't on any kind of commission?
I got a little piece of it, but it ended there.
And in the grand scheme of most artists, they get a little piece of it.
In
the
perpetuity.
Studio gets the most. And they get a little, for 50 years, I think it is, until the copyright runs out.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, although I understand what you're saying. And my whole point is going back 100 years to where I would have never agreed to this.
And your company would have collapsed and gone out of business.
I don't know.
Because they all did. They all changed or went away. There's a reason.
That's a good conversation, though. Is like, why did the studio? Because I've been watching.
They all changed.
I've been watching some stupid YouTube videos about the studio system. Because like this, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know what the movie studio system was back then.
Oh yeah, it's basically here we got the entire funnel of everything.
It was basically China. It's like when you were little,
a monopoly.
You came here. Yeah, absolutely. Like not only that, but they developed their own language. That's why actors speak in this very weird way in movies back then.
Oh, the Atlantic accent. L.A. is L.A. because they were trying to avoid Albert Einstein or Einstein's copyright on cameras. When they were making movies with his camera, he would literally have people go in and beat people up and steal his stuff back. So they said, we're going as far away as we can. And that's why L.A. is the movie place, because they just wanted to use his cameras without paying for them. So
does it make you sad that that Hollywood is pretty much dead now?
Yeah, they did it to themselves.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just business is whatever you can get people to agree with.
The irony here is that Hollywood is at Georgia.
They're one of the places now. That's that's fading a little bit, but they're pretty damn big.
Yeah. Every movie. So audience, if you wait to the credits, which I love watching credits.
See a lot of Georgia.
You see a lot of peach.
Yes, you do.
There's lots of Georgia. There's lots of Vancouver. There's lots of Turkey.
Yep.
It's cheaper for a whole production to ship everything they need to Turkey or somewhere in the somewhere near Russia than it is to make a movie in LA.
Yeah. It's weird.
That's nuts. And actually, that's the other thing the last thing that Kelly and I spoke about was the strike. And because I was like, why are you striking? Why are they striking now? This is the absolute worst time that you could possibly do a strike.
That's usually when it's good to do. When it's most people of.
It has not worked out, I don't think. But I think that I'm a product of
machinist, being a machinist, working.
No, I'm a
on
product
hard
of
stuff.
my habits right now are a product of COVID.
Oh, really?
It's my attention span is minimal.
Yeah.
I used to love going to the movies. I was one of these people who was like, even if I hated the movie, I would say I'm 15 minutes in, I committed. I have to watch it all. Now I stop it. I would never fall asleep during a movie. Now I fall asleep during movies.
Older too.
Yeah,
That
that's true too.
the sleep thing comes from that. I think the attention span also comes from you just spent 20 minutes looking for a movie to watch. You start watching, going, you remember that one I watched? This one's not catching,
Yeah.
but I'll just go watch this other one. I also thought looked cool. So
Yeah.
and if you go, like when you used to go rent a movie, you went home. That was the movie you had to watch.
How long have you been married?
25 years.
Oh, beautiful. How long have you been? So Dina, how long have you been with Dina?
We dated for almost 6 years before that.
So you're 30.
30 some years as a couple.
Holy
as a
mackerel.
Couple. Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
That is fantastic. That is super fantastic. So you got me beat. I've been married for, I think we're coming up on 16 or 17 years.
We got married in 99, so the math is easy.
Oh, there you go. 2000, I don't remember. But and then we were together for a little bit. So we're like at the 25 or so. Our best dates ever were walking to Blockbuster.
Oh, sure.
We were there for an hour, walking up and down. We knew our Blockbuster helpers. They would recommend movies.
Nice.
I watched most of The Sopranos on VHS tape because I rented them at Blockbuster. And then, so that was the date, is going to dinner, going to Blockbuster, and then walking home. The most fantastic time ever.
I worked at Suncoast, which wasn't a rental store, but it was a video
That
store
was a
for about
fancy
16
store.
years. Well, it's a mall store, so you couldn't. What happens is you go to Walmart and they sell, I don't know, Lion King would be one at that time, for loss. They lose money selling Lion King because they know you're also going to buy, I don't know, popcorn, a shirt, and 40 other things that are marked up 40, 50, 100%.
Yeah.
Suncoast, you got to sell it for something. You have to sell the video at a point where it makes money. So that's why that was always expensive. But also worked real hard to carry really unique and weird shit.
Right.
I worked.
That's why we need Scarecrow.
Yes. Oh, I love Scarecrow. Now, I worked in the Suncoast. That was the first video store in the U.S. to sell Akira.
Yeah.
We sold it, and it had no subtitles. It was
Ah.
VHS, and then that expanded, became a giant market for Suncoast. But yeah, Scarecrow is.
Do you still have your VHS player?
I do have a VHS player.
I hooked one up the other day. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've got
needed-
it's a VHS Digi 8 because I shot a bunch of stuff on the Digi 8 tapes, so it plays both of them.
Yeah.
So that's why I still have it.
All right. You know what? I think we can talk a whole lot more about this. I really liked our AI thing and our residual conversation.
Oh yeah.
I thought that it was really neat. I'm super happy that we.
Cut out all that connoisseur crap. We'll just get right to this.
I think the clips are going to be. The clips are going to. I should have not talked too much about me working at a funeral home. No one hears about that. Although, I mean, people might. It's like.
I disagree. That's an interesting.
It's
interesting job that we all have to deal with at some point.
Something that I'm trying to do is demystify it. Because it sucks when I mean 2020 was the absolute worst year for me. And it does take if someone is able to relate to you while they're trying to sell you stuff, but then not make you feel like you're being sold to. Yeah. That's a gift, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's not necessarily something, you know, like my dad died when I was 97, 98, and my mom like four years ago. Time is weird for remembering those kind of things.
But do you want to?
What? Exactly. Yeah, like, I intentionally don't remember the day.
It's like I remember every single day because I put 2020 into my passwords for everything, which I should probably change. So I think I'm just kicking myself in the nuts every single day when I log into everything.
Yeah.
But I think I just use it as just a way to remember, because I'm old. My parents died when I was over 40, so I got to experience a lot with them. But there's still a lot of things that I wish. It's like I like to cook. And I remember I'm not good at making Mexican rice.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I just can't. I just mess it up. But I remember the first time that I was able to make it correctly. Like my first thing was like, I got to tell my mom. Oh, shit. And then she would have been so happy.
Yes.
And even though it wasn't because of her, because she never measured anything. And then she would just say a pinch of this and a pinch of that. And it's like, I don't know what that is. But like little things like that. And then when I can use a power tool, and I'm like, oh, my dad would have thought that this was like super cool. Yeah. Or like when I got my first, I got a leaf blower.
Nice.
The best thing I've ever bought is a leaf blower. And yes, I know leaf blowers are obnoxious. And then, yes, I am that obnoxious neighbor who on a Saturday,
look, 4 leaves.
175 miles an hour, my leaf blower can do.
Jesus.
And it's like, I wanted to tell my dad, it's like, oh, look at this. I got this super cool leaf blower. Anyway.
Oh yeah. I get it.
Stuff like that. But it's, it's there, and it's just part of what are you going to do?
Right.
You gotta, I abide by the stoic. But Eric, thank you so much for your time. I super appreciate it. I definitely want to I want to be more versed into this, how residuals work. Because things would look so different if I were in charge. And then I think to end it, I kind of want to see if this guy works.
See if his battery's still working. It was a little light there.
I am the leader of the Autobots.
Hey, Optimus.
Shit.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Transform.
Still works.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Decepticons.
Let's stop the Decepticons.
Isn't that so cool?
Yes.
Hey, Optimus Prime.
Greetings.
Roll out.
that could have been bad, but
I got
nice
it.
save.
I got it. All right, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Tell us where to find you. I'm so sorry. I was going to ask about Strange Eons.
Oh, no problem.
Tell us where to find you, what to listen to, what you're up next.
Strange Eons Radio. And if you're a filmmaker, Crypticon Seattle Film Festival, we're on Film Freeway. If you're a Northwest filmmaker, drop me a message before you submit. And
no AI, please.
that's right.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience that you're a year in, but no one's really unfollowed.
Oh, okay.
So thank you. I'll be posting a bunch of snippets of this. I have to be able to balance a 9 to 5 and then still do the creative stuff. which I'm trying to do. I have some art stuff that I want to share. And then this guy I can program. And just because I think it's funny, when you hear the Trump dance, what do you think?
Oh, God. Yes. That's very obvious.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to program him to be able to do the Trump dance, but just because I think it's hilarious.
Oh, God.
It's so
Transformer. Give the Decepticons a little joy.
All right. Thank you. Follow, watch. You got it. Everything. Thank you. Adios.